everybody, EMiLEE here. So I wanted to do kind of a video that I've never really done before, and I know it's already February, so I'm a little behind anyway, but I wanted to do a 2024 recap of all the stuff I did, all the covers I did, all the events that I did, as well as some goals from this year. So let's go ahead and just get started, honestly. So first things first, in 2024 I was busy. I was con after con after con, cover after cover, event after event. It was a very busy year for me. Thankfully, like I'm grateful that it was so busy. Truth be told, I'm hoping that this year is just as good, if not better, I suppose, because you know it had its ups and downs. But mostly I was just really excited that I could be a part of so much, and hopefully this year I do even more. My first event of the year was ZipCon. ZipCon is a one-day anime convention in Akron, Ohio. This is where we hosted the first 𝕾𝖈𝖎𝖆 at ZipCon, so this would have been the second 𝕾𝖈𝖎𝖆. So compared to the first 𝕾𝖈𝖎𝖆, which is almost a year prior, this was much bigger than the first one. So we went from like having like not even like 10 people in the showcase, and I was struggling to put together the first 𝕾𝖈𝖎𝖆 because we had such a lack of like performers, to the point where I was like asking people in my dance group, I'm like, do you want to come perform, please? And then the second 𝕾𝖈𝖎𝖆 was much different, like much different. Luckily I have this thing where, like, when I run a showcase, if I can, I like to accept everybody because everyone should be welcome. So if I can, I like to accept everyone. So the second 𝕾𝖈𝖎𝖆, we accepted everyone who applied, and we had like 24, 25, almost like 30 performances. Like it was insane, like amazingly insane, of course, like a good amount of insane, just the right smidge. I went back and recounted, and we had 28 performances in 𝕾𝖈𝖎𝖆. My god, wow. Truth be told, this was probably my favorite event that I did in 2024, even though it was like the very first thing I did. It was just a lot of fun, you know. I really like hosting showcases and stuff, and even when I'm old and frail and like unable to dance anymore, I want to continue to host stuff like this, or like help out the community in ways that I hopefully still will too. Truth be told, hosting showcases is probably one of my favorite things to do in general, just because I really like I love performing. I do. I really love dancing and I love performing, but I think I enjoy hosting things and like being a panelist more than I do actually performing. I guess that makes sense. I just like to help out the community, if you can consider that helping out the community, I guess. I just like making a place where people can feel welcomed and inclusive. So I like for our showcases to be a little bit of everything. You know, we have like K-pop, J-pop, original music, stuff from anime, whatnot, you know. So 𝕾𝖈𝖎𝖆𝖆 was a great time. So the first collab that I filmed at ZipCon was with Molly and Nina from my dance group, Kaleido, and we actually have this inside joke, kind of, because the three of us, we always collab and we do Bono songs, and we have this kind of inside joke where this name of our subunit is men, and it's the first letter of our initials, and with like the exclamation point at the end to like, because it's like Bono. So, you know, anytime you see a trio of us and it's doing Bono, we are men, exclamation point. So this dance was so much fun to film because I already loved this song so much, but I really love dancing with them. And usually, like, when we go to film, it just like fits. Like, we don't have to do much practice. We all dance pretty similarly when we do Bono, so like we all kind of already have it like down to a T before we even film, or before we even like practice together. So it's always really nice when the three of us film together. Nina, I miss you. Come back soon. come visit us. I'd love to do another Bono collab in person. Nina's in Japan, so we haven't been able to dance together in a while in person, so. Next is Olivia and I from Kaleido Dream, but also from Bittersweet, filmed a collab of 𝕊𝖉𝖆𝖆, which was so much fun. I've always wanted to like properly cover 𝕊𝖉𝖆𝖆, and our outfits were cute, very cute. I just remember it being kind of chilly and like really windy, and it got to the point where I was like, we filmed like 𝕊𝖉𝖆𝖆 like 7 times, and I'm like, okay, this is 𝕊𝖉𝖆𝖆. How hard is this to where we kept like messing up and stuff, mostly me, but it was really fun. I'm really glad I got to actually cover that eventually. So the next convention I did was Anime Marathon, which was in Bowling Green, Ohio, and that's like a 2-day convention. I didn't do really any performing there or anything. I'm pretty sure I only went the 1 day. Yeah, I think I only went Saturday. And Kaleido Dream hosted an RDP, K-pop and J-pop random dance play, which was a lot of fun. I'm actually the one that makes the mixes, the video, and like all that stuff. So it's a lot. I personally like really like making these, but oh my gosh, do they take forever? They take forever to make, honestly. But it's worth it because I just enjoy dancing so much, especially with my friends and with people at our panels. So regardless of anything, no matter how long it took me to make it, it was so much fun. The outcome is always worth it. But I'm pretty sure that's all I really did at Anime Marathon, besides I went to the masquerade and I watched people. You know, I never used to be a masquerade person. I've never been in a masquerade, but I never was really like the kind of person that was gonna sit and like watch the masquerade when I was growing up. But now that like it's very like idol heavy and a lot of my friends are in them, I'm like, I'm fucking going to those no matter what. You have to drag me out of there, waving my pen lights and shit. Like, I will be there in support for sure. Next convention is Colossalcon. So Colossalcon is like a 4-day convention in Sandusky, Ohio, which I live pretty close to Sandusky, so I actually ended up just commuting from my house to the con every day. And I competed in the ANX K-pop solo dance competition. And this was kind of my first time in a long time competing. I competed solo once before, but I also competed as a duo a few years back. I didn't place with my duo and I didn't place with my solo back in the day, but with this I actually placed 3rd. Yay! I was actually very surprised to have placed. Not that I like wasn't proud of myself or that I didn't believe that I could have gotten 3rd place, but I just was not expecting it, I guess.
Your 3rd place winner is 𝕾𝖆𝖆𝖆𝖆.
As you can see in my reaction, I was not expecting 3rd place. Grateful as all hell, because I did really work my butt off for that, even though I know I could have done it better. But maybe, just maybe, soon I'll be redoing it for something. We'll see. So while I had a good time with like the performers at the dance competition, unfortunately I would never compete in an ANX specific dance competition ever again, mainly because the staff was just outright rude to a lot of the performers. Like my friend Olivia, who was also in the competition, they straight up like pointed at her and they made fun of her clothes in front of all of the other performers and staff. So, and not only that, but he pointed out just very weird. It was very, very weird. Not only like did they start like late, it was pretty messy, like ran wise, and not only that, like I said, the staff was really rude to the other performers. I would never do an ANX competition ever again, to be honest. And not only that, I have heard from people who used to compete and like help out from them that they're just not good people. So I will never ever do one of their competitions again. But I didn't know that they were not great people before I did the competition until after the fact. So yeah, I won't be doing that again. I had a lot of fun. Besides staff being kind of rude, it was okay. It was alright. Okay, so my next con is Matsuricon, and that is a 4-day convention in Columbus. This was definitely my favorite convention of the year. This one, like, I kept myself busy. I was busy. I had so much fun. So I hosted 2 panels with Kaleido Dream. We did a K-pop and J-pop random dance play, and then just a J-pop random dance play. This is the first time that we ever did a J-pop random dance play, and it was so much fun, despite not having like a lot of people show up, because it was like 9 in the morning. First of all, who wants to dance at 9 in the morning? So I remember getting up at the nice crisp hour of like 6, 7 to start getting ready. Because mind you, a Kaleido Dream panel, we have a lot of setup. You know, we had like badge ribbons, we had pins, we have, not to mention, listen, I love Matsuricon. I have really no bad opinions about Matsuricon, other than the fact that the rooms that we were provided had no audio hookup whatsoever. Thankfully, I've been going to conventions for like 10, 11 years, and I know to always have a backup, period. Always have a backup. So because there was no audio hookup in the room where our entire panel is based around audio, we were lucky enough that we thought ahead, and we all brought our own speakers, which all connect together. So we were able to still host our event pretty decently, actually. We didn't really have very many problems, besides like one of the speakers like died during it, but really that was about it. Like, we didn't have very many issues with it. But like, if Matsuricon sees this, please, I beg of you, just give us a room that has an audio hookup, please. Just like a sound system of some sort. That's all we need, honestly. So the next thing that I did at Matsuricon is I helped guest judge the Fantoche K-pop and J-pop gala, which was so much fun. Frankly, I have really grown a deep love for like judging this kind of thing. Not that I like to judge people, but like the event itself is just really, it's so much fun to watch, and I like being able to use my extensive dance knowledge to kind of build people up and, you know, challenge them and have them try new stuff. So a lot of mutual friends and just general people I know in the community were in the showcase and the competition. So it's always really nice to kind of bring, like, the thing that I really like about the Fantoche gala is that pretty much it speaks to everybody. So you have people who just do K-pop compete, and then you have people who just do like J-pop, like idol stuff, like Love Live, Project Sekai, or even just regular cosplayers who are just trying something new. It's really nice to have that all put together, honestly, and just see how everyone blends and works together, you know? So that was definitely the highlight of my Matsuricon, was being a guest judge for the gala. I love it so much, and if I could keep doing it for the rest of my life, I would, regardless if it was, I love Fantoche, love you, but regardless if it was them or not, I would love to keep doing something like this in the community for a long time, because I enjoy it so much. But let me tell you, it is hard. It is so hard to do the actual judging process, because my god, everyone is so like talented. Not to say that people haven't been talented already, but people are so talented nowadays. It makes it so difficult to actually pick people to win. So everyone who was in that did like so good, so fucking good. I just, it makes my heart flutter just thinking about it. Another thing that I did at Matsuricon is I performed in the Ohio Idol Collective showcase, which was on Sunday of the convention, and I sang, which is very scary. The thing is I love to sing by myself. I love to sing, period, but once I get in front of an audience and like my friends, I struggle to get sound out, I guess. I can dance in front of people easy, like there's nothing there, like it's, you know, it's not hard for me to do, but once I have to sing, I get really nervous and I don't live up to like my own potential, and that really frustrates me with my singing live, is that I get so nervous. I don't want to say I fail, but I do not live up to the potential that I know that I can do. So, foreshadowing, I definitely need to kind of get over my fear of singing in public. And just keep trying, you know. I think my thing is I get too nervous to do it often, so I don't do it often. I think the other time that I sang live was back in like 2020, so there was a good like 4-year gap between my singing in public. So one of my goals this year for sure, which I'll touch on more later, is to sing more this year. But no, Ohio Idol Collective, or OIC for short, has been really improving with their showcases, and the way that they run them, I think is really nice. I do wish that they would get more opportunities to where they can host their showcase in a room. And because, listen, if you guys are watching this, I love you all, but the sound is definitely a problem. I mean, people who were past like the third or fourth row of like the area where it was hosted like said they couldn't hear anything, which it's not their fault, because sound stuff is very expensive. It's not easy. But that's why I'm hoping that maybe in the future that they can get actual panels for their showcases. That way they have like a decent, like a, shouldn't say decent because it's not terrible. Like if you're right there, you can hear it, but if you're far away, you cannot hear. So I hope in the future they can get some more panel opportunities. That way they can have like a better sound system. Lastly, some of the things that I did at Matsuricon is I did like 4 collabs, which is a lot for me. It's a lot for me, because usually I tend to overload myself with stuff at conventions, because I'm like, oh, stuff, I can do so much stuff in the 4 days, and I definitely crammed a lot in there in 4 days. So the first cover that I did was with 𝕾𝖆𝖆 from 𝕾𝖆𝖆, as well as they're also like a solo performer idol, and they're so good. If you don't follow 𝕾𝖆𝖆, you better, or I'm gonna find you, please. Anyway, we did RoboKiss by W, which was so much fun. It was so much fun. I feel so bad though, because I was messing up so much. I feel like I was just nervous when I dance with like new people like that. Like, not that like dancing with 𝕾𝖆𝖆 is quite new, but it's a different environment when it's just like you and one person that you don't tend to always work so closely with. So it was a really nice opportunity to even get to do that in the first place, because I admire 𝕾𝖆𝖆 so much. So it was awesome to be able to work with her in that sense. The next collab that I did was with Molly from 𝕾𝖆𝖆, and we did Secret Moon by 𝕋𝖆. Originally, we were going to do a completely different song, but like a couple days before the convention, we were both inspired by 𝕋𝖆, just in general, and we were like, yo, what if we just switched it up to like a 𝕋𝖆 song? And Secret Moon was born. And honestly, that's my favorite, either that is my favorite collab of the year, or the Gachiko Deiko men cover was my favorite. Either way, both top tier. Next, I did a collab with my friend Kylie. She's also from 𝕾𝖆𝖆. We busted out an oldie but a goodie, Boom Boom by Momoland. So cute, so cute. I remember filming this on the Sunday of the con. Like, we were ready to get the hell out of there. We were ready to go home, but we were like, no, we have to film. Like, let's film a cover. We were like, hell, we got this. Like, we have time. Like, we both brought an extra outfit that like kind of matched in a way. So we just kind of pulled it out of the hat, and we were like, boom, boom, it'll work. So I was really happy that we finally got to collab as well. Again, I suppose we've collabed before. And then lastly, the last collab that I did for Matsuricon is we did Underground by �5e, which was so much fun. We me, Molly, and 𝕾𝖆𝖆 filmed this in the rave at Matsuricon, and let me tell you, the way we had to film this was so funny. We had one of Molly's friends film for us, and because it was so deathly loud in the rave, we had to, like, we used Molly's AirPods and my AirPods, and like 𝕾𝖆𝖆 and I had one AirPod in. And then Molly also had, I think, just one, or either one or two, I don't quite remember. But we all had AirPods in, and you can barely, I could not barely hear the music whatsoever, to the point where I just had to like kind of follow them doing the dance next to me, because I just couldn't hear it. But I mean, you're filming in a rave, what do you expect? But you know, the aesthetic is pretty much what we wanted, because Underground is it's like, I don't know, it's very energetic, so we wanted to just kind of go with the flow and the vibe, and we filmed it in the rave, and that was a lot of fun. So people kept like walking, like you can literally see like in the beginning of the video, someone's like literally almost walking directly into the camera. Luckily they didn't, but people just kept walking, which they're gonna do. It's the rave, you know. So it was fun to film though, regardless. I want to say that's all for conventions this year. If I'm missing something, let me know, but that feels like everything to me. That's everything I have wrote down. So let's go to non-convention related stuff that I did this year. So I collaborated with a bunch of different people. Like I think there was like almost 40 dancers in this Hello Project Rainbow collab that I hosted. I was really inspired by other collabs that I've done in the same year. You know, I did a couple collabs, which I'll touch on after this, but I said, you know what, I really want to do something like that myself, you know, just bring together everybody who wants to be a part of it. And originally I was just going to do one song, but I could not decide on one song, so I scratched in my head and I was like, what can I do to make this so where more people can contribute? And thus the Hello Project medley, Rainbow medley, was created. So I picked one song by seven artists. So in order of like how I arranged the medley color-wise, it was red for Morning Musume, orange for Country Girls, yellow for 𝕾𝖈𝖆𝖆 green was Juice Juice, blue was Kyuto, purple was Smileage, and then pink was Bono. So it was more or less like old age Hello Project plus like Country Girls, I suppose. But so I picked a song. I picked the song that I thought was the most popular from each artist, and we just went boop, smash. And everyone could pick between just doing one song, 2 songs, or 3 songs, and actually quite a few people decided to do 3 songs, which I thought was really, really, really cool. So it was a lot of work for everybody that was involved, but personally I thought it was so much fun to put together with an event, or not an event, but like with a project that big. It took me a while to edit it, so, but it was worth it. It was worth it. We watched it live on my Twitch account once it dropped, and yeah, you can view all of these videos and stuff that I'm talking about down below in the description. I'll have like a playlist as well if you wanted to look over those. One of probably the biggest online event that I did this year was EMiLEE Online. So I don't really know what came about doing this. I think it was just seeing so many of these online showcases. I was like, EMiLEE could do that. I was like, we could do that. We could manage that. EMiLEE Online took a lot of resources and a lot of time, but we ended up doing a day 1 and a day 2 of the event. Each day had about 25-ish performers, about between the 20-25 range. So we had about 50 performers altogether, but cut between 2 days. So it was kind of like a convention showcase, but online in 2 days long. I also participated in a couple online collabs. So there was a 𝕾𝖆𝖆𝖆 Night Fever collab by Multiverse, I believe. And then there was a Love and Joy collab hosted by 𝕾𝖆𝖆𝖆𝖆, which I had a lot of fun with. I also filmed a collab for what was supposed to be also ran by Multiverse, a Snow Halation collab. And I sent in my email, like with my video, and they told me that it got canceled, and I had no idea. I didn't see that it got... So that cover is on my channel. Personally, I really enjoyed this cover. I thought it was a lot of fun. So the last thing that I did this year was a little bit different than everything else that I did. So I actually went undercover on TikTok as the Grinch does J-pop, and this unexpectedly blew the fuck up. I wasn't really expecting a whole lot to come from it, because it's the Grinch dancing to J-pop, so that has to hit a very specific demographic for it to like make sense. So pretty much the origin of this is that my town does these Christmas events, and I'm always the mascot for like town events. So I was like the Easter Bunny, I was the Grinch for 3 years, yada yada yada, like that kind of thing. And this year we didn't do anything like Christmas related for my town. So my Grinch costume was just dusting away, withering away in my closet, wanting to be used, and it was calling to me like the Green Goblin suit.
Coward. We have a new world to conquer.
And I was like, how in the world can I use the Grinch costume in a way that only I could use it? And I was talking with my boyfriend, I'm like, what if the Grinch just did J-pop covers? Like, what if Grinch did like Love and Joy? And we both instantly knew that I had to do that. Mind you, I didn't tell anybody that this was me, except for my dance group. Like, they were the only ones that knew it was me, besides like my dance group and my boyfriend. And I was like, man, I just wonder how long it's going to take for people to start seeing these videos, or see how long if it takes people to even... I wanted to see people could put it together that it was me. And truth be told, like 2 people were like, EMiLEE? And I was like, no. It was really funny actually. So I think I posted like 3 covers, and then I uploaded a Luka Luka Night Fever dance cover, and then I just didn't check TikTok for like 2 days. I came back onto TikTok to upload another cover, and I saw that the video had like 120,000 views, and I was like shell-shocked. I was not expecting that at all. I ended up doing like 20-ish or so covers, and then TikTok got banned, so I decided with the impending ban of TikTok that I would just go ahead and be like, hey, this is it. I pretty much exposed that I was the one behind the project, and not even 12 hours later TikTok was like, actually we're back. So I told everyone who I was, and I didn't really have to, but now it's open. Now everyone knows. So I'll still probably post on there as well, just for fun, but probably only towards like the winter seasons, because you can only take so much Grinch dancing to J-pop before you're like over it, you know. Like at that rate, I would just rather post actual dance covers of me, you know. But I think that pretty much goes for everything that happened in 2024, besides some miscellaneous covers that I uploaded for the Kaleido Dream Instagram, which is about like 4 or 5 covers, I want to say. That was pretty much about all I did in 2024. I didn't stream a whole lot, but I did upload like quite a few random videos on my YouTube. Hopefully 2025 brings even more like miscellaneous like fun game and like ranking videos here on my YouTube, because I love doing those so much. I love them. They just take a while to put together. So let's go ahead and let's talk about some of my 2025 goals. Yay! So I spoke about this before. Let's just get this one out of the way. A big goal I want to do in 2025 is I'd like to do more singing covers, regardless if it's like online or like karaoke streams or just performing at conventions. Like my goal in 2025 is to have my own solo live and sing through most of it. So let's hope that that's something that I end up doing, because I really do want to start singing more this year, because eventually I do want to come out with my own original music, and I'll have to sing for that, you know. Like I'll have to sing eventually. So it's one of my big goals. As I just said, another goal is I want to host an idol, like a solo idol performance this year. Like a whole set, not just like one song where I perform by myself. Like I want to do a whole show by myself, because let's be honest, a lot of the stuff that I host and that I put together, I mostly do the work by myself. I might not be performing by myself, but I mostly do all of the behind the scenes work by myself. So I think I can manage it, you know. And then in 2025, one of my other big goals is to perform more as a group, which there are things that I can't quite tell people yet, but I will for sure be dancing more as a group. So so that it's a goal, but it's gonna happen, period, anyway. So I'm just looking forward to it, you know. Another goal of mine I'd like to say is that I be more social. So I don't really talk to a lot of people. I'm a very keep to myself person, you know. Like I say, I'm chronically in my room. I keep to myself. I'm pretty quiet. I'm not a loud person, you know. I I don't really like cons are okay, but I get very, very overwhelmed by people and conversation, so I just tend to steer away from that kind of thing. But 2025, I'd like to be more active in like Discord servers. I'd like to be more sociable with people at conventions and online. This is always just something that I've struggled with. Even though I like talking to people, I am not good at it. So I definitely want to make more friends this year and maintain friendships and just overall meet new people and just be involved in the community more. You know, one of the really important things that's happening in 2025, actually, in like 2 weeks, we're hosting the final 𝕾𝖆𝖆𝖆, which is going to be the last 𝕾𝖆𝖆𝖆, obviously, but also it's going to be a graduation event for my idol duo 𝕾𝖆𝖆𝖆, and it's going to be a bittersweet moment, but I'm looking forward to it regardless. So it's going to be about a 2.5 hour show. We're going to have the showcase first, which has about 20 people in it, and then there will be a 40-ish minute performance from us performing songs that we've done before in the past, new songs, plus some solo stuff. It's exciting. I'm very much looking forward to it. I've put a lot of brain power, a lot of time, a lot of effort into making this the best 𝕾𝖆𝖆𝖆 ever. So hopefully it all goes well and nothing goes wrong, because that would be really upsetting if something went wrong. So lastly, I think another goal of mine this year is to participate in more online things as well. Due to back in November, I lost my dog Biscuit. He passed away, unfortunately, and that really affected my mental health, and I dropped out of like all of the events I was supposed to be part of at the end of the year. There were 2 showcases I was supposed to be in, plus like a collab, and I just couldn't handle it at the time, so I didn't really end up doing any solo showcases last year online. But this year I've already applied for a couple, so hopefully everything goes well. But yeah, I need to put myself out there more as a soloist, so hopefully I can do that and do it well. We'll see. Lastly, I also asked my Instagram followers to send me some questions that I could answer to kind of express more about how 2024 went, and one of the questions was, what was my favorite event of this year? I kind of stated before that 𝕾𝖆𝖆𝖆𝖆 was my favorite, and I think I'm going to stick to that just because there's nothing more beautiful than like your own event going really well. So definitely that was my favorite event of the year, was my own showcase. God, how conceited is that? It was good. What can I say? It was good. I mean, sorry. Can't help that I'm so good. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. But if you have any questions or comments you want to make about the video, or things I did in 2024, things I did in 2020, or things that I'll do in 2025, any questions or anything like that, just let me know in the comments, or message me. I'd love to hear your comments and stuff. So yeah, I hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I will see you all soon. Bye bye. In color. So Morning Musume was red, Country Girls was orange, Betty's Kobo was yellow, Kyuto was green. No, wait, that's wrong. Covers uploaded onto my Kaleido Dream Dancer group. Dancer group?